Leaders right now, the brave, the bold, the blindfolded. What can we learn about what leaders are doing right now when it comes to AI? And there is a whole lot of different responses. And I want to remind you all that that is completely normal. It's really important that we honor all of the different experiences that we're all having right now because there's quotes like this around. And as much as I love Mo Gawdat, when he said this in a podcast, it sent shivers up my spine. AI will be 1 billion times smarter than humans by 2050. And quotes like this: the current generation of CEOs are likely the last to manage a workforce made up of entirely humans. What's going to happen to our teams, to our spaces, if that's the case? What's going to happen if we do that well? We're freed up for amazing, passionate work. We're not sitting in Excel spreadsheets, dragging and dropping single cells whilst all the rest of it rearranges, and we're worried about formatting. And we've got tons of hours of manual and repetitive tasks. But what's going to happen if we automate passion out of our workforce? If we don't take the time to sit and listen as leaders, to honor what this space and what this time calls for right now from us as leaders. So AI is a little bit of the elephant in the room. It is the focus of these rooms at the summit, but it brings up a lot. So I want to ask you right now, and I'd love for you to put in the chat as bravely and honestly and openly as you can, what are you feeling right now? When you think of AI, what comes up for you in your body, on your mind? What are you feeling? Confused, Brenna. I love that. Scared to know that I don't know enough. Anticipation, motivation, learning curve, helpful. I really love these. And it shows that contrast of what we're seeing in other leaders right now. This is an incredible feelings chart by Mark Brackett from the Emotional Intelligence Institute. And it shows all those different energy levels of our feelings. The top right, the yellow. Do we have high energy that's positive, energized, motivated? Man, I'm feeling a whole lot of yellow today. It's incredible learning from so many passionate people in this sector. Or when we think about AI, are we in the high energy but negative? Are we feeling furious if people aren't following the right steps to guardrail and to look after our missions? Or are we feeling blue? That bottom left, lower energy, deflated, guilty. That comes up a lot with leaders. Pessimistic, bored. Maybe not bored. I would be surprised if anyone was bored, but maybe if you get some terrible responses from ChatGPT. But right now, I feel you all. You're caught in a paradox. Our clients are, my friends are, our team are. We know AI can transform our missions, our causes, but those things pulling us apart: fear, identity, responsibility. A lot of people say, hey, this isn't about tech, it's about people. But what does that mean? Underneath that, that means loss of control. Who am I as a leader if I don't know all this stuff about AI? Who am I as a leader if something can replace parts of my job? Who are my team? What happens when we start automating instead of connecting? And when could automation lead to us connecting more deeply? And it's about that courage to move anyway. So what are we seeing in the sector right now? First of all, the cognitive gaps. This is so understandable. You don't know what you don't know. But when that becomes a critical edge is when you make big decisions without saying, I don't have the answer. And when you don't have the courage to step in and lean on someone who does or do the work, we are seeing people blanket ban AI with the intention of creating safety in their organizations, not realizing the actual consequence of that is significantly higher rates of shadow use AI. And not only that, but us cheeky humans who don't like being told what to do, not only do we do that if we don't have a responsible AI policy, but if our leaders decide to ban things, what do we do in the nonprofit sector and business, but especially in our sector? We do it more. We rebel. We use it, but we use it without that guidance, without that understanding of practice. So we need to flip that. We need simple language that everyone can understand, safe experiments. And we have to acknowledge when we don't know. Secondly, the cultural friction. We're not seeing too many leaders have the confidence, the frameworks, and the strategies to be able to navigate, manage, plan for, and hold space for change. And that's hard. I want to acknowledge that all of these things are so hard. There is experts at this conference whose entire companies and businesses are around just this. But again, we need to create the small steps towards that, the permission to fail. And as leaders, that means not practicing ChatGPT prompts at home and trying to get good before you show your staff. It means failing in public, laughing together, figuring it out, sharing wins and losses, and doing that all together, whether that's through generative AI or whether that's through trying to figure out the data mess that is your back-end processes. But most importantly, honoring that this is a cultural challenge, not just saying it, but knowing what that means. That means conflict. That means space to listen. It means slowing down. How beautiful was that session to kick us off today about slowing down? We're seeing a lot of lack of accountability, but perpetuated or shown publicly as I am being accountable. But underneath, people are not wanting to walk the talk. And sometimes they don't even understand the talk in that first step. So it means modeling vulnerability as a leader. It means leader first learning. And it means taking accountability to not just say we need to do this or we're going to put it in our strategic plan, but to create spaciousness for learning, for discussion, for friction, and for cultural change. That is vital when it comes to AI right now. And personal avoidance, this is normal, of course, when things get hard. Sometimes it's healthy to opt out. Sometimes that's a good boundary. But at other times, as leaders, we need to step up. If there is not leadership alignment on vision, if there is not leadership involvement, there is a 60% higher chance that AI initiatives are going to fail and that your staff will significantly decrease their levels of psychological safety in teams, or what they say is the level of psychological safety. And we know that that makes a huge difference to the results overall. So what are we seeing? This is one amongst thousands and thousands, over 8,000 professionals that we've explored this with in Survey. The first is the bold, people who say a lot and put that out into the world, but sometimes lack those guardrails. Boldness on its positive edges is necessary to dive in, to have that beautiful experimentation, to say this is necessary and needed. But on its other flip side, it comes without guardrails. The blindfolded are not just not knowing, but are making huge decisions that they don't realize how that impacts their missions, whether that be in responsible AI or whether that be in they're trying to be over safe and having those unintended consequences. And finally, the brave. What is it that you're doing right now to be brave? To walk forward, even though there is confusion, even though there is fear, even though there is a lot that we are trying to hold, acknowledging our mistakes and stepping forward anyway. So my call to action for you today is not to have to know everything, but is to take those brave, small steps forward as a leader to say, I don't know, let's figure out together. Look at my beautiful mess. Let's explore it together. Who knows? Hey, intern, you seem to be all up with this AI stuff. Show the team, teach them. So everyone, right now we think we have to be perfect leaders to know everything, but we don't. People need us to be humans. They need us to be brave, to listen to them, to sit in vulnerability, and to explore it together. That's it from me. My name is Kaz McGrath. I'm the CEO of a company called PLAI, Purpose-Led AI. And we are very proudly the partners of Fundraising AI Summit. We are running an AI leadership immersion immediately after the summit and again in October. We're going to play a video now with a little bit of a preview.